Hello and welcome to another New Reading cast. As always, my name is Johno, and I'm joined once again by James. How you doing, James?
Yeah, good. I'm looking forward to this one.
So we have another taster from the Swiss rounds of the BABW finals in London in September, and we have on the left-hand side Zach Eaton-Rosen, groober, online playing his ETF, and on the right-hand side we've got the return of Joey from Reading. Playing his noise. So
look at that mat, Jono. Whose mat was that?
That's quite a nice mat. Yeah, Joey wins mats. He's a good player, but he never takes mats tournaments. I don't know. So
just doesn't care enough about his cards.
I know, right? So when he's on camera, I try and furnish him with a mat when I can. So I gave him this. He was happy to represent the channel. And I'll very quickly mention that Zach qualified from the last chance qualifier that took place the day before. The finals itself was on a Sunday, and the last chance qualifier was on the Saturday the day before. And 6 people qualified from that to fill up the slots for this 32-person invitational.
Zach, obviously a very strong player.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he won the London Regional last year over Joey. Yeah. You told me. Yeah,
Joey made the final.
Yeah, so this was the final of the London Regional. That's right. And Joey obviously qualified from Reading. We saw that. Okay, so anyway, Jerry Mulligan. So there's a lot of chat, but we're underway. So Zach, fairly standard. 2 ice and hedge, ice baby first turn.
Credit because ETF is a really good ability.
Yes, ETF is strong, and so that's what Jerry does now. Presume he's going to run straight into whatever.
Cortex locks.
Okay, Street Peddler. I'm sorry, Jerry. We'll stop mentioning it when it stops being funny. Okay, so install the Street Peddler. Dead sucker, yeah. Fire up the mill engine. It's going to run. On HQ. We'll see an agenda in hand there. Okay, so it's an Eli, just 3 to res. So Joey ran on click 3, so we can't click through it. He might have some tricks on Street Peddler, Faust or something. Looks like he does actually. He's having a good think about it. I can't think what else he could have. It's an E3 or something crazy,
maybe,
but yeah, Crowder.
You
don't want to bankrupt yourself. Oh, that's true. You can't. Yeah, must be a Faust then. Okay, so he doesn't.
Early to install
but he bounces and draws a card. So back to ETF, who's going to install the remote for credit, obviously. Having done an optional draw and ices the remote. Thoughts, Jackson?
As Zach, especially having seen Joey faff around with the peddler, you probably don't think that's an agenda.
Yeah, you're going to feel good about there being a Faust on that thing because he kept looking at it.
He'll be playing Faust.
Yeah, not a poker face. So we're going to spend 4 to res an Architect. Pretty strong.
So this is where
if there's a Faust, now's the chance. He doesn't. All right. So Architect's going to fire. Let's see what it does.
Well, it's going to give Zach a credit.
It's going to give him a credit because of ETF. Yeah, very good. A nice side benefit. A nice third sub. But says gain 1 credit.
Makes it a 3 cost entry with 2 subroutines for strength 3, which is even more ridiculous.
Yeah, reasonable. He's having to think about the remote, so we might short it up. We don't know what the 5 cards are because the angle he held it out.
Playing it close to the chest.
It also will let him. Architects, and maybe not now so early, but Architect's also good for surviving from mills as well.
So he gets the free credit from the install because you don't have to pay any. The first sub on Architect is paying all costs.
Yeah, the install from R&D is free, so he can install ice. Still gains some ETF, and he's going to install from his hand. Okay, so he puts some archives there. Jackson, maybe Milder Jackson. Yeah, he's going to access the hedge fund. Okay, that's fine. And that's the other good thing about Architect on R&D is it lets you know what they're going to access, so you can react accordingly.
It gives you some information to plan your next few turns around. Such a powerful piece of advice.
We saw it used to good effect in Dave's game from Worlds, obviously.
So another Eli.
Yeah, another Eli. Okay, so Eli. I mean, Eli's decent.
Joey dropping the Grimoire.
Grimoire and a cash, so pays the cash. Yeah. So the cash basically pays the Grimoire.
No wild side, no ESOPs.
No. So he's gonna have to draw until he gets those things.
Do you hold a hand like that? Did Joey mulligan?
He did mulligan, yeah.
Right. Okay. So he's left with whatever he got.
Yeah.
Zach in a pretty decent position, wants to get a bit of economy going, but other than that, doing
it's little on crits, so he's going to install a Jackson. He's got at least 2 gens in hand, so he might try and get rid of them. It's a shame to have to use Jackson to kind of wash your hand against noise, though, because obviously you're going to use it for recovering from mills. So he's just going to get some money. And ESOPs, okay.
So ESOPs comes off the peddler, that's fine.
He had a clot and something else. I think he had a Croder, actually, I think he did. So. Okay.
That's a plot on a
I think it was a Crowder was the other thing.
Yeah, I mean, he just didn't have the money.
He couldn't afford
it. Eli, and it wasn't worth the tempo he lost to do so. I think.
So he's going to run straight into the Jackson and pay for the trash. So Zach's not interested in using it, which I think is fair. I mean, if you don't need to, it's nice to force the trash because you can Jackson it back.
You can send it back through, right?
It's not out of the game. And still wild side. Okay, so Joey's got online a little bit now. He's got Aesops and wild side.
Joey's looking a lot better now.
Yeah.
He's going to lose some clicks, but he's going to draw some cards.
So Zach can finally afford to resist Adonis, which will probably pay out for a couple of turns.
Yeah, I can't see Joey making the effort to get in there and flush that out right now.
I mean, on a good day, Joey doesn't tend to run uniced loads. Honestly, Jackson.
I've scored many an extra script on Joey and used many a breaking news.
Having said that, he probably doesn't feel the need to trash it anyways. It's not, as far as he's concerned, it's not really a win condition for the corp to have money. So
it's for the type of noise deck that was being played a lot at this time of the kind of general metagame. Then you had to kind of accept that corp was always going to be richer than you.
So archive memories for Jackson, that's an interesting one. I mean, it's annoying. You basically use the archive memories to cost Joey another 3 credits and a click, I guess.
That's right.
But yeah, it was reasonable. Yeah.
It's in hand now, which means that if
we installed
really
it.
Yeah,
he's got another one in hand.
Sure. Okay. Sorry, that was confusing.
Yeah, he's got another one in hand, so he's confusing. But yes, he used it to.
Archive memories isn't bad against noise anyway, right? Like you can just pick up an agenda and then install it.
I like overscoring Vitruvius against noise for the same reason. Yeah. Okay, so he's going to use Jackson this time. Let's see what he's going to get back. 3 face down cards. All agendas, maybe. Yeah, not sure.
Maybe some relevant ice. I mean, architects.
Yeah, or Ash or something. I'm not sure what Zach's win condition is here. We haven't seen enough, but I imagine Ash is a good card that will be in this deck.
Wouldn't surprise me if it's a sort of hybrid rush fast advanced deck.
Well, we haven't seen any influence yet, I don't think, apart from Jackson. So Caprice, maybe. Yeah. So you can check the remote. It's just naive. He's going to imp it.
This ice suite is just pure kind of HP good ice. So you have no idea whether he's going to play a slower game or a longer one, really.
Oh, is that Pet Project? That's a good agenda include. That's quite interesting.
It's alright.
Yeah.
It's not bad against noise, actually. You can create another remote with...
it's good for eating.
Yeah, create another remote with some ice and an agenda in it if they've milled stuff.
Having said that, he's a little form. He's got Vitruvius as well, and I still think he's got an NPD in hand. Actually, that might have got discarded with Jackson.
If you're Zach, do you think you try and push one out here?
Maybe. I mean, if it's a 3 advanced, you could also just throw it down and see if Joey runs it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no street pedal now, so you know there's no fast coming from there.
That's true. You do know there's
no
no fast. Yeah, he could, and he's got cards in hand, so he hasn't got a lot of money, so he can install the fast, but not do a lot with it. So a couple of.
Well, he can get through. But
yeah.
Whether he can then steal.
It'd be interesting to put it down and see if it. So in fact, he does install it behind a piece of ice. It'd be interesting.
So what was that? Was that not?
I think that was the Pet Project.
It wasn't. Okay.
I think it was.
I wondered whether it was another Adonis, but.
I think it was Pet Project anyway. I'm not sure. So so we're gonna get cash. Let's see.
So
here's Faust. Right? Okay, so he's going to run the remote. Okay, so he. So it's an Eli, so we can get him for 3 cards. He doesn't have a lot of cards in hand.
Click through it? You can just click through it, can't you?
No, he ran on 4. He lost 1 to Wild Side, installed Cash and Faust.
Yes.
So, in fact, he passes. I think he's just got good hands. He's got Lamprey and Cash and things. He's not interested, basically, in whatever it is. So, so let's see. Oh, it's actually Vitruvius. Okay, it's even better. So, see, now knowing that, Joey obviously would have spent the cards.
That's a really good trade for Zach because he now knows that Joey has the fast, but he's still got to score the agenda. So
that's true, yeah. Yeah, you get the feeling
that was the danger turn, and he's come out of it with the agenda intact.
Yeah, you get the feeling he was forcing that through just to see if there was a Faust.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it came out, so he knows. But as you say, he got the agenda. So, Joey's still temporarily also working on 3-click turns. So these Eli's that are everywhere are actually doing quite good work.
Well, I heard it's a good piece of ice.
It is a good piece of ice. Okay, so there's an ABT in the bin, so he's going to get that. Just classic mill access. Isn't there Sansan? That's an interesting include. I mean,
I did say it was probably
Yeah. So that's high influence. So we've now got an idea of the influence. There's going to be more than one of them for sure. It won't just be one.
It's probably running like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of people are running 2, and then you can bring it back with archive memories or whatever. It's just the worst.
Okay, so Adonis goes away, running out. Let's see what we get. Who's in the better position now? It's tough to say. It's quite finely balanced, isn't it?
Probably Zach. I mean,
Zach.
I think
He's got this first remote.
If he gets his economy up a bit, he can just fast advance out. Joey's not going to be able to stop him at this point. It depends if Joey can put enough disruption on.
Yeah. So it seems like Joey's not interested in breaking Eli's, so maybe you've got more faith in, say, this first remote. Joe's also got good cards in hand that he was unwilling to throw for an access. So okay, get a hedge.
Yeah, stabilising the economy.
Yeah, reasonable.
I mean, having this architect on R&D is a massive pain for Joey. It's 3 cards with Faust.
So he's going to install.
So he installed it.
Installing both remotes.
Right. Okay.
So I wonder which is which. Both agendas.
Well, you know, we
Maybe.
saw that game with Dave Hoyland, so.
Yeah. I don't think they're under the same kind of pressure. It'd be interesting to see if Jerry goes after either of these. He's just drawn 2 cards from
It
Wild
wouldn't
Side.
surprise me if these were just 2 more economy androids.
Yeah, could be 2 Adonis or something.
Or a Jackson, maybe, I don't know. You almost want to leave the Jackson in your more secure remote until he mills stuff and then just fast advance out.
So we got a clone chip and a lamp install.
Joey's got the clot in the bin, so this is actually faintly relevant.
He does have a clone in the bin with the clone chip. So Zach needs to bear that in mind. I think he's got a CVS in hand.
I think he does, yeah.
Might even be one on the table actually. Scored out a pet
Nice,
project.
scores the pet project. Cool.
Interesting. So
Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does with this. I think he might make an Adonis remote here.
maybe it needs to be a new remote.
Yeah.
He can choose from his hand, and I think he's got more agendas in hand, so we could create another agenda score here with the 2 ice. He's got 11 credits, so he can reasonably defend an agenda. He'll obviously got his ETF credit as well, so we'll be up to 12. Yeah, tough decisions. It could bring back. I mean, it could also bring back, say, Jackson.
He might put the Sansan back in, right? Joey's.
Yeah.
I mean, Joey's got an imp.
Yeah.
But if you put in the Sansan,
He's obviously
and the
thinking about
CVS, right? For example.
Well, if an agenda got milled, you could put it into a scoring remote. Turn Noise's mill against him.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of installable cards. There's a lot of events in there.
Like, doesn't everything have to be in a new remote?
Yeah, it needs to be. It needs to all be in a
new.
new remote. Okay, so we've got a face down card in the remote. And looks like we're going to get. Okay, it's piece fast. Didn't see what it was.
I mean, worst case scenario here, so he puts the Sansan in there.
So
as well.
Sansan
So I wonder if that's the Sansan, the CVS, and Piece of Ice.
could be an agenda or an Ash even.
Yeah.
All right, defending the Sansan. Yeah, don't know. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see if Joey takes this bait and has a run. I mean, if not, this could be a window for.
Not an agenda
score.
we see scored very often. Director has his pet project.
No, it's one per deck, so you can't.
Not a bad
Yeah.
effect. It's all right.
Yeah.
Pretty good against the noise heavy meta.
So Zach actually missed the ETF free credit for the install, of which he did 3 that time. Not a lot in the long run, but I'll highlight it. Okay, so it'd be interesting to see if Jerry responds to this threat. There's 2 upgrades, so he might think there's, say, an Ash and an agenda, which means he might not be unwilling to run twice.
Running twice with Faust is so painful.
So he's going to clean chip to Date Sucker to trash during an HQ run, trash Eli. He's going to get access. Adonis, think about it.
Simping it, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, Zach's not that much ahead of you in terms of economy.
And
Resing the Sansan will put him back.
Yeah, and if it's on the table, he's
I mean,
not
Joey
gonna trash it.
knows the Sansan in that remote, right?
Yeah, I guess he does. That's true.
So but interestingly, he's used the clone chip on the data sucker, was
Yeah,
it? Rather than
he's turned
plot.
off. He's turned off the
So-
plot threat. He wants to blow up HQ. He's got a few runs, and with Lamprey as well, he can really
Yeah.
pressure the economy. And he did trash Ash as well, so he got some key cards. But yeah, I mean, Zach still has 8. He didn't exactly bankrupt him.
I mean, if that's not important, do you just purge here as Zach? Because you'll get rid of the lamprey, the imp token, the 3 data sucker tokens.
It depends how secure HQ is, I think.
Well, it depends if you've got any agendas in hand, right?
I think you just drew one. In fact, he's now got 3 in hand.
Wow.
Or
okay,
at least
so yeah,
2.
you don't do that this turn.
So I think you continue drawing and then hopefully Ice HQ. Hope you drew some ice. Yep, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, you dump them and use
So you ignore the remote. I mean, that doesn't mean there isn't an agenda on a remote in that remote. It just means that he had to respond to a more important threat.
Joey sells. Yeah. So as soon as it gets difficult to get into HQ, Joey sells the lamprey.
So my understanding of Zach as well is that he has a reputation maybe a little on my own. He likes a little trap every now and then. Is there any chance there's, say, a snare in that remote?
I don't know. I don't think so, John.
Okay, all right.
But I don't know. I've never played the guy. I've not really met him.
My understanding is he's like a much more competitive version of me. Okay, he's going to check R&D for a couple of accesses, getting a Adonis.
I think the fact that he played that quite fun game,
ABT,
the fun deck at the King of Servers event might have given you a slanted.
Maybe that's right. Yeah, maybe he's not. Maybe he's
I was
a
under
cruel
the impression,
and efficient machine.
I was under the impression he was a cruel.
Oh, okay, all right.
Machine,
Maybe I got the wrong impression of him. But that Wayland deck is great fun. Okay, so anyway, meanwhile, Joey has stolen an ABT from R&D. He's up to 4 points now, so he leads by 1 point.
So
he's got 2 medium counters.
2 scores for either side here.
It's not cheap for him to get to the architects, but he can get through from multiple accesses.
He's got a clone ship.
He's also
he
very
probably doesn't want to spend that. Probably wants to clone ship a cash and then sell it to subs.
Yeah, he can't afford really to use it. If he installs it, he can't afford to use it. So he's going to check R&D again for the end of his hand for 3 fresh accesses. He's going to see Nash and Viper on a pop-up. That's no good.
All things you don't really want to. You really hate those pieces of ice if you're running Faust.
Pop-up, whatever. Viper's quite annoying.
Awful for Faust.
So was it 3 cards?
3 credits to res, and it's the same as an Eli, only you can't click through it. So yeah, it's just really good against Anarchs.
Yeah.
It's strong as well. It's got a high base strength. I mean, so power slicing through it.
If you don't care about clicks, you can kind of click through the first sub. You just lose a click.
It's just,
yes, but I agree. Yeah.
It's good in this. It's just an efficient, cost-efficient piece of ice.
Okay, so we get a 3rd install in this remote.
CBS probably.
What is going on? Oh, and a trash. No, not a trash. Okay, it actually is the 3rd install.
So is that an agenda? Joey's got 1 credit, so if there's an Ash, which you saw, right? He picked up the Ash off the top of R&D because Joey saw it last time.
He's double advanced a card in that remote. It's on a Sansan. Is he trying to bluff a mandatory upgrades? Maybe it is a mandatory upgrades. That'd be crazy.
No, there's no way it's not.
I mean, he's double advanced a card in a Sansan remote.
It might be like a Vitruvius, for example, so that you can get counters to just draw anything that Joey mills back.
But Vitruvius doesn't work with Sansan.
No, you don't res the Sansan. You just overscore it and gain 2-3 counters maybe, and then those are 2 things that if Joey mills the wrong card, you can.
Vitruvius is a good card.
He's in very little chance of losing this agenda because Joey just doesn't have any money.
And he doesn't seem to have any interest in remotes. I mean, to be honest, if you've got 4 accesses in R&D, that's not bad. I mean, that's worth it.
And Zach's just drawn up. Did he draw up or did he just top deck? I think he just top deck. So actually, it's probably only two fresh accesses.
Yeah, it's two new accesses. Yeah. I mean, maybe he could try and say run archives, force a Jackson use. That might not work.
It might be worth it because then you'll get fresh accesses all the way down.
Yeah, so he's going to install the clone ship. So that does kind of threaten Clot. Although,
He's going back to R&D, spending
throwing pancakes.
Yeah, spending the pancakes. That's.
He's going to clone ship a cash on the way in for a mill. Oh, so to give him another fresh look. That kind of makes sense.
Look at that efficiency, Johno.
And Street Peddler and Imp to get all fresh looks.
Wow, that's
pro.
That's some pro Anarch play there.
Pro moves. Okay, so there were
Brendan would be proud by that level of noise play.
So there were 2 stale cards in R&D, so milling them both during the run is nice. So you're going to get 4 fresh accesses. So let's see what he gets.
So do you Imp the Itchy here?
Now it's tempting, right? I mean, you've just used the Itchy. He does, in fact. I think that's reasonable. It's a shame if he sees something. These are all good Imp.
An APT. Joey takes it, putting him on
1.
Yeah, just any agenda now is a win.
But he's on 6 points, so
yeah.
Interesting to see what happens in that one.
So at this point, do you purge Zach?
Maybe,
because
you've got your R&D safe.
He's got an
he does.
Right, yeah. I think that's the right move.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Joey's still missing pancakes. He's still having to.
Yeah, and you got a clone chip, so there is a parasite in the bin, so he could have destroyed something with that. In fact, no, I'm sorry. He used the clone chip, but he forgot to clean up. Yeah, okay. So he doesn't have a clone chip.
Yep, so getting a little bit of money back.
Back up to NAPD money.
Yeah.
Which is going to be good. Pressure on HQ, maybe? It's been a couple of turns since something meaningful's happened. There might be an agenda in there.
Joey, you could force him to res this ice on the remote, maybe. The one that's got the advanced card in it. Which we're hypothesising is a Vitruvius. Could be an Agsec. I mean, that's a card that I always want to run in any HB deck.
Yeah.
Just one of.
That'd be strong, yeah.
I just think it's.
It could be a trap.
I think it's one of the best traps.
Could be a June bug.
Could be a June bug, which is quite funny against Faust.
Yeah.
Actually, that's hilarious against Faust.
Okay.
I like the way your mind works, Johno.
It's installed on archives, and I think. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's a run. Get it wrong. So he's looking at face down cards to return to Jackson. He returns to hedge funds.
Probably pretty sensible.
Yeah, I think so.
His deck's looking.
And then there's nothing in there.
It's not lost too much there.
So he's going to check R&D. Let's see what he gets.
He's paying 2 cards, right? Because the sucker's net even.
Yeah, he's only getting 1 access from medium, of course. So let's see what he gets.
The worst.
Sad times.
Yeah.
I guess you trash. The thing is, you might want to check archives.
You must trash it.
But otherwise, he does it in his own decision.
Yeah, he gets his own choice and wins.
He's not super rich, but he'd pay 3 for a purge. All right. So he can't go again. So it's kind of a wash turn. So he's going to draw. Okay, so back to Zach. So I think it's fair to say that's not an agenda, because it would have been scored by now, right?
So he had the purge turn.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might still be. It doesn't feel like it.
No, maybe
now,
you're right. In fact,
right. So it isn't.
It looks like he's trashing it. Okay, so he's trashing it. So it's a trap.
Well, John,
Interesting.
I eat my words. There you go.
Oh, I would have run it. So I'm not exactly. Yeah, I'm not top level. Let's see. So Sansan scores an ABT. Do you fire it? Probably not. Late in the game against Noise.
You're on 1 credit.
You've put a lot of agendas back in R&D.
You leave that and you wait to see if Joey can actually bother to challenge the Sansan. Otherwise, you just hope to top deck.
Yeah, if you draw, you can use Sansan.
Right?
That's true. You should pressure the Sansan, as we see.
Well, he only needs 1 credit to score at this point, because as soon as he installs it, he'll get a credit, and then he can advance it twice and score with the Sansan. So
that's it. Doesn't it? Yeah,
he doesn't even need a credit. Yeah.
He can draw if he top decks.
Ooh,
and that's it for game.
Joey.
So if he'd missed, then it would have been
close one. Really close.
So
Joey's running. He is running shards.
He had 2 on the day.
He is in this tournament. Maybe.
I wonder what he took out for it. Not sure.
Chip,
yeah, maybe.
So the standard is 3 cash, 3 ESOPs, 2 clone chip, and those, or
3 ESOPs. That's a bit. You need it, I suppose. That's a bit.
You have to run 3.
Yeah. Yep.
I know for a while Vapo was running like 2 ESOPs and a hostage or something, so he could find a KE.
Because it's technically.
I don't know. But
yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Seems like a stretch.
Hostage.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. So, in fact, both of these guys made the cut.
Yeah. Not particularly surprised. They're both very strong players.
Yeah, but it was it was an interesting game. So we'll see.
It was a nicely balanced one. That one.
Yeah, and it was okay. So. Joey once again not checking remotes. Should Zach have had more faith in just putting cards on the table?
It's very difficult when your opponent's just sat on Faust and Wildside, because they can get in.
Pressure, yeah. He had no interest in that remote. Knowing there was a Sansan, he had no pressure going after it.
So I think that Joey couldn't get, Joey thought there was an Ash, so he was pretty certain he couldn't get in. And putting traps in when your opponent can't get in is not the most optimal play.
If nothing else, it was obviously a trap, whatever it was, say it was an Agsec, it was defending the Sansan, because if he wants to trash that Sansan, he can't trash it without taking Agsec to the face. It's like the classic install shell corporation.
You need to put traps in when your opponent can get in, but when it's close enough that it looks like a scoring window, unless you're running a lot of traps.
Or if it looks like you've got a window and you think you have, but you want to find out if they've got any tricks, if they've got their inside jobs or whatever tricks they've got in hand. Agree.
So it needs to be a fine line, like for effective trap use, unless you're using a lot of traps and then you just install double advance all the time.
Yes. Ah. I love that type of deck. Okay, yeah, good. So yeah, both of these guys did make the cut. Let me just have a quick check. I think that we didn't get Zach on camera again. I'm not sure what his record was after the cut. We will see Jerry again.
I think he did pretty well, actually.
Okay,
he might have ended up in the top 4. I'm not sure.
He didn't get in the top 4 because I would have had him on camera. No.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't get back on camera, so I don't know how he did actually.
So Jerry ended up. Oh, spoilers! I won't say anything.
Well, I saw Jerry again, so he's definitely going to be on camera. I don't know how far he gets, but we'll see him. We will see him after the cut. But in the next round, we're going to be in the next video. We'll see the first elimination round, which was between Mendax, Rob Thompson, Mendax Thompson, playing his NEH.
Oh, that's not as exciting.
Yes,
I wanted to see the Geist deck, man.
Yeah, his other side is Geist. We will get Geist on camera as well.
Rob's NBN deck is as unexciting as his Geist deck was innovative.
Yeah. So we will see Geist at some point, but not in the next video.
Good. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
So we'll see his NEH, but we'll see he's playing against Laurie, who we obviously also know very well.
Yes, we do know Laurie well. Our viewers probably know Laurie very well by now.
Yeah, wherever they are.
Yeah.
He's probably played at their local tourney.
Yeah, he probably has.
And he's playing as Gabe.
There could be a region at Timbuktu and Laurie would go to it, so...
But he'd love it. He'd win it as well.
Yeah, he would.
Okay. So we'll see NEH Gabe in the next game. Should be nicely poised. So I will quickly remind our viewers that if they would like to watch any more of our videos, they can do so at the website, nearrainandgrid.co.uk. We're also on Twitter and Facebook. Give us a like and a subscribe and whatever else. And if you are feeling very generous, then we'll also accept contributions on our Patreon page to help support the channel and improve videos. All contributions are very appreciated. Thank you, James, for helping me commentate this video.
Oh, thank you for having me on again, John.
No problem. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.